Dude, I actually quit my job for this. Run that new intro. So I took a little time away from this channel and I wanted to address why that was. If you don't care about my brief hiatus, jump to the checkpoint below for today's inspiration. For those that wonder where I've been, quickly after creating this channel, the content veered away from what I intended it to be, and I got a little bit caught up in the slapstick humor of stuff rather than delivering the content that I originally wanted to create, production videos that add value to your beat making. I always wanted this channel to be light-hearted and fun, but ultimately I wanted it to have a professional look as well. I invested in some new gear and shifted my setup into a fresh new space. I'm gonna keep the old videos up just as a reminder the evolution of this channel took, but I hope you guys enjoy this new, more intentional direction, and I hope you stick with me on the journey as well. Let's get inspired and let's learn something. Today's video is all about lo-fi. If you've been keeping up with me on social media, you know that I've thrown myself into the world of lo-fi beats, and I've been streaming to quite a large audience as well. But I'm gonna get into how I stream to that amount of people so quickly in the next video. I recently released a lo-fi-ish beat tape, and it only took me a week to create about 18 tracks. And I think that's because it came down to me setting some simple rules based around lo-fi music. Remember, this is inspired by lo-fi beats. This isn't how to recreate a lo-fi beat. Let's jump into it. Just from turning round there, I've tried to record this part of the video at least 3 times. It's the hottest day of the year. I'm sweating, car alarms keep going off. This is it. I'm basing today's track heavily on lo-fi artists like Idealism, Evie, Philanthrope. And if you haven't heard of these guys, I've created a playlist on Spotify which you guys can subscribe to. 4 hours of music featuring myself and a bunch of other lo-fi artists for your listening pleasure. Really feeling a moment of silence by Idealism. Okay, there's some great noise in the beginning of the track there, and I think that's how we're gonna set our scene with that ambience. So I've got a sample folder here, and I just wanna grab some city. I just wanna grab some city sounds. So let's go with cities. Something like that is perfect, okay? So why am I laying down these sounds first? The white noise, the atmospheres, all of that kind of thing. Well, just like a painter, I can find that great big blank canvas really daunting, really uninspiring. So what I like to do is cover that canvas in noise, in some other colors, just so it's easier to paint over, just so I have some kind of mood to work with. Something that I picked up from another producer is that these sounds here can make really, really great loops, but if you're just having it as an ambient sound, they can be super distracting. We recognize the sounds of footsteps. We recognize the sounds of people talking. So what I like to do is just double click and hit reverse. And then that way we have all the same ambient sounds. The textures are the same. The frequency is the same, but we're not gonna pick up on footsteps and people talking as easily. It's not gonna be as distracting for the music, okay? I'm gonna find a bit that I like. Probably this quiet section here, and we're going to mix that with some kind of vinyl noise. I'm going to take the low end out so there's no rumblings in there. I'm actually just going to take off a little bit of the high as well, and I'll get a nice blend between the two. It's quite loud. Yeah, something like that is great, okay? And I'm going to group that, and that's just going to be my atmosphere sounds. Why do I group it? 1, it just looks neater. And 2, if I want to just chop anything out, if I want to have like a bar of silence or anything like that, I can just select that group. Okay, so moving on. We're going to keep this super, super simple, as I said in the intro. Let's find... Feel free, when I'm jamming out these chords or writing a loop and you find some samples that you like, feel free to rip that off YouTube. I don't mind at all, guys. We're trying to build a community. We're all producers. So if you end up sampling parts of this video, throw it into the Discord. I'll leave it in the description below. I'd love to hear what you make out of these stems. Did that record? Let's try this.
just got variations. I think we'll go with the first one. Really easy. Nice and mellow. Now we're gonna take all of these notes and we're just gonna stretch them out. Let's have these start on here. Notice how I'm not quantizing them. They're a little bit jagged. The velocities aren't the same. That's fine. That's gonna create that real human feel. You know what? I am going to bring the tempo down, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to change these notes to be half the length. This next one, I'm going to copy that chord again, but I want to roll it. Yeah, I think I like that pattern. We're gonna EQ it real quick. Let's just create a little roll off. That is lovely. I'm gonna add RC20, of course. Let's just set the vibe straight away. I might even use a stock preset. We're gonna keep the low ends, but we're gonna get rid of some of the highs. We're gonna make it a darker tone and a lot more wide so our bass can sit in the middle. Let's double this up. And with this, I'm going to quantize these chords. Something like that. That's what I'm after. With loads of reverb. So I'm going to put Valhalla on it. All right. Creative change. I just feel like the two electric instruments complement each other better than having a piano and that pad. But we can always come back to the piano later. With this, I'm definitely hearing some chimes. So I think I want one more kind of melody pattern, some kind of kalimba, some kind of music box, just to complement what's going on here. You go contact factory library, yeah, music box, something like that is great. So a lot of lo-fi tunes just go with that super simple bass. So we're going to grab that sine bass. I'm just going to type in sine. I'm going to grab the operator. I'm going to put that underneath. I'm just going to play probably between C and G. Drums, right? So what do we want for our drums? There's a really, really lovely Esther kick in. Probably going to take both of these because they're both super, super lovely. Starting to sweat, guys. It's hot. I don't love that the snare's there. Yeah, we got it wrong first time round, didn't we? That's okay. This is what making music's about, though. This is exciting stuff. Let's just keep it straight. Cool. So what I'm going to do with the hi-hat group, EQ. I'm going to widen them with this plugin here by Kilohertz. A little bit wider. So what I want to do now is add some Foley. There's loads of great Foley loops on Splice. Oh, that's going to be great. Sound here. Oh, so nice. So now we've basically got our track It's just all about arrangement now. I'm gonna speed this video up and we'll come back and see what it sounds like at the end. Alright, so that is it, guys. I know the page looks crazy since last time we saw it, but essentially all I've added there are some white noise, some risers, little bits of percussion. You'll hear some claves in there, tambourine at the end, and a couple of crashes. But really, it's just what we had before. In the middle here, taking out our grand piano that was sitting underneath and just cutting it up, making some kind of stutter edit-esque sounds, taking out the snares, just messing with the arrangement so it's fresh for the listener. I do hope this video was helpful, guys. As always, the gear, the socials, where I'm at most of the week is all in the description below. And I'll see you guys next time.